This is the day that Minecraft died. Except maybe it didn't. I love Minecraft. It was a game that as a high schooler, I latched onto for no other reason than I loved the creative outlet it offered. I wasn't and never have been a hardcore Minecraft creator. I played it to have fun, and Minecraft always provided me that very thing. I watched an excellent video a couple weeks ago titled The Day That Minecraft Died. Besides the video being of very high quality and enjoyable to watch, I couldn't help but wonder if Minecraft could die. My channel is a series that most of you are probably familiar with, the Murdered Of series, a series that has never been and will not be about player counts, about the number of Twitch viewers. Instead, it's a series about disappointments, drastic declines in quality, or complete failures of development. I watched that Minecraft video twice and I came to a conclusion. Minecraft may be more alive than we think, and I think that's due to an expectation. An expectation that a game that has been in the public eye for so long would eventually fade into the background of the medium. An expectation that a buyout would spark a significant decline in quality, an expectation that something can only be so good for so long before it can simply no longer be. Today we look at Minecraft. We examine whether or not Minecraft died, a game that brings in still over 70 million monthly players, looking beyond the numbers, which we will talk about, and instead focusing on the quality of the experience and what the game itself became. This is the so-called death of Minecraft.
Lift off in 3, 2, 1, ignition.
Minecraft was originally a one-man project, a building game that was created by Marcus Notch Persson, inspired by games like Infiniminer and Dwarf Fortress. In fact, Infiniminer's influence is seen in the first-person perspective and the blocky aesthetic. Minecraft was built to give players freedom in ways that those other games could not, the way that no other game could. It was built to be enjoyed any way the player themselves wanted to enjoy it. Notch wanted RPG elements, he wanted direction, but not at the detriment of player agency and freedom. By 2009, those influences had coalesced into the first public version of Minecraft on May 17th. And was essentially a public pre-alpha version of the game, especially given that a true alpha would launch just 1 year later. 2 years after Classic's release, and Minecraft would leave beta and release in 1.0 on November 18th of 2011. By the end of 2011, the game had 10 million registered users and had begun to pervade popular culture as the medium began to recognize the strength of the build and survive genre. Yet just 3 years later, people will be citing the game's death as a very specific day in September. Most people who believe that Minecraft died somewhere along the way point to September 15th of 2014 as that day. This is the day that most believe Minecraft died. On this day, Notch's name became synonymous with the term sellout. That morning, it was announced that Notch had become a billionaire. How? By selling Mojang, the development studio built around Minecraft, and the rights to the Minecraft IP to Microsoft for $2.5 billion, making Notch more money than most of the richest men and women on the face of the planet. On this day, Minecraft lost its independent label. It lost its purity, its distance from the AAA system that normally tears down projects like this in an effort to bring in as much cash as humanly possible. Minecraft and Microsoft were now inseparable. But a funny thing happened. Expectations of what Minecraft would become under the tutelage of a giant company began to make their way across the gaming community. Gamers conjured up a new version of Minecraft, a lesser version, before the game had even been touched by the hands of a green giant. And what happened next was a mix of what was expected and a whole lot that wasn't. In 2011, Minecraft introduced the Minecraft Store. It was what some called a mega transaction store. It sold in-game items for real-world dollars. For 42 real-world dollars, you could get a saddle for the creepers. For nearly $500, you can get an item called Response from the support team. And for a whopping 150 real-world dollars, a secret creeper identity. The Minecraft Store was deplorable and launched on April 1st, as a joke. It was a way for Mojang to say screw microtransactions, we do our own thing, and laugh in the face of industry trends. At one point, an in-game microtransaction store was a joke when it came to Minecraft. Now let's fast forward. You create an algorithm that reads the stock market and auto-invests and sells your stocks for you. It's guaranteed to make you money, so the question is, do you use it to make your bank while you can, or leave it alone and be happy with your programming skills? You make your money. That's the attitude Microsoft took when it came to Minecraft, and it's where the wheels began to fall off for some players. Microsoft turned Minecraft into a business in a way that Notch never could, or maybe never even wanted to. Minecraft was at one time all about sharing. It was about building something and giving it to the world for free. It was about community and the creation within that community. Microsoft managed to monetize that community. It managed to dilute what was at one time very pure. However, it's not as evil as it looks, even if it isn't particularly wholesome. See, the Minecraft store is kind of an unfortunate mix of good and bad. It allows creators to sell their skins, texture packs, creations, essentially mods, and it takes over 30% of those those proceeds and funnels them back to the creators themselves after Mojang approves them and sometimes spruces them up a bit. Really, it's giving the community a way to make money off the work they do in Minecraft. The problem with this is twofold. The first is monetizing your community is never a good way to foster a wholesome community. Instead, it's a good way to breed toxicity and a culture of one-upmanship that was never what the game was about. The second problem is it doesn't do nearly enough to support the creators. These are digital items. Regardless of what Mojang needs to do to them to make them ready for release, taking anything over half of what the creators earn is nothing short of robbery. Poisoning the well with microtransactions was never a great decision, but it hasn't had the negative impact on the game that some projected. It's much less damning than it could be, even if it isn't great. But what about the game itself? What has Microsoft done to that? $75 million monthly players. That is a number that Minecraft brings in each month in 2018. That's right, today, Minecraft still draws 75 million monthly players. Minecraft has changed, but its numbers have certainly not died. That's partially because despite some problems, which we'll touch on next, since the day that many believe Minecraft died, Microsoft has not changed all that much about the game for better and for worse. Yes, the game certainly does have a heavier focus on PvP, and not all of that has been welcome. And it's one of many quality of life changes that Microsoft made that people haven't been super stoked with. Microsoft focused on PvP almost immediately, implementing controversial ideas like the combat cooldown and attempting to create strategic combat through slightly shifted mechanics. This is all in an effort to ride a PvP trend that hasn't really died in over a generation. There were new items introduced, a relatively large aquatic update, new ways to build, all have come to Minecraft over the course of time. None particularly unexpected, but that doesn't mean that Microsoft hasn't made much bigger changes to the game. Minecraft is a lot like Skyrim in one way. Both games have sustained and lived such long lives because of one single group of people, one very specific feature: mods. The modding community keeps games like Minecraft and Skyrim alive. The modding community is what made Minecraft Java so successful. It's what built that community up as one of the greatest that gaming had to offer. Minecraft Java pre-Microsoft was the leading version of Minecraft. It was the testbed, the best foot forward, if you will. Post-Microsoft, things changed quite a bit. In 2017, the team at Redmond estimated that almost half of all Minecraft Java players had modded their gameplay sessions in some way or another. This is important. When the Better Together update launched, it created a new canonical front platform for Minecraft. All of them except Java and the PS4. It allowed crossplay across Xbox, Windows 10, mobile, VR, eventually Switch, but not Java, which means that in turn, this new all-in-one version of the game became the priority, even if the idea was to continue to support Java as much as possible. It was the simple act and principle of leaving behind all the incredible creations that people had spent years enjoying, in favor of a more marketable and palatable version of the game that put all of that on the back burner. What this did was two things. The first was continue to make Minecraft into more of an industry and less of a community, and it betrayed the very community that built the house it was so willingly tearing down. Better Together is a cool idea, but it would have been even better if it had not been to the detriment of what many consider the best version of the game, and that leads into the problem with Minecraft's current state.
What happened to you, man? Used to be cool.
I'm still cool.
Nah, you've changed, man.
With 70 million plus players a month, I guess the more pertinent question we should be asking is not whether or not Minecraft is dead, it's whether or not its quality is dying. Microsoft hasn't been taking the greatest steps to fix Minecraft. I mentioned at the top that one of Minecraft's greatest strengths has always been simplicity, its unrivaled accessibility. Microsoft has continuously done everything they can to complicate the game, as opposed to adding to the game. Something that Optimus touches on as well. They've done a great job of making Minecraft quote-unquote prettier, but this was never the draw of the experience in the first place. It was, at times, intentionally basic in its artistic design. It was about making a world of your own, not painting a prettier picture. It is not like the current version of Minecraft doesn't display a semblance of having listened to fans. That's not entirely true. Microsoft and Mojang heard the request for shifting mob stats and tendencies. They know that players want easier modding, but the biggest current problem with Minecraft is the issue of priority and expectation. Minecraft has its problems. Its updates are often too focused on changing what isn't broken or beautifying something that doesn't need the attention, and most importantly, too much of Minecraft is built to sell, as opposed to being built for practical purposes. But here's where expectation comes in. Some of the impetus is on our perpetuated fear of Microsoft and big corporations. It never sounds good when a company acquires a sacred IP and then makes plans for a movie and a spin-off and more toys and merch. It all sounds a bit seedy, and in reality, it kind of is, but the expectations for total and unhindered greed probably had the biggest impact on the Minecraft community over the actual actions of Microsoft. While Microsoft has not turned Minecraft into a significantly better game, and while they certainly have done their fair share of wrong, Minecraft as a game isn't suddenly terrible or unenjoyable. Many of us have just grown up. We're different people. The industry is different. Minecraft is maybe still in too many ways just Minecraft. At least that's the excuse that Microsoft would want to give, and while it certainly isn't entirely true, maybe some people have grown out of Minecraft, but it doesn't change what Microsoft has done to it. And it leads into the final reality, answering the question, is Minecraft dead or will it die? Minecraft was as certain of a long-term bet as one could make in gaming. Minecraft is one of the purest experiences that gaming has ever proffered, and that is why the game has been so successful. It's less of a game and more of an experience. And I know that sounds like a pretentious bit of pretense, but it's reality. Minecraft has never been about accomplishing something arbitrary within a game, about feats of great skill or hand-eye. Instead, Minecraft is a set of tools. It's almost aggressively elementary. Its only goal is to make these tools as simple to understand as humanly possible, and it succeeds. There's nothing in Minecraft that is out of reach. There's nothing that's too complex, that is too difficult for literally any single one of its players to accomplish. It doesn't matter if you're a hardcore gamer or 7 years old, both of you are on a level playing field. The only thing separating either of you in Minecraft's most basic offerings is your creativity, imagination, and commitment. Games like Terraria are great. Starbound, they offer gamers a 2D Minecraft, but they bring with them complexities that create a barrier to entry for those interested in something less demanding or incapable of giving the game their full attention. This is what has kept those games from topping every chart imaginable. They focus on goals, on player accomplishment. Minecraft just doesn't care. Minecraft is only as complex as you want it to be, and it's never going to place your creations, your enjoyment behind walls that require specific demands of you. If you want to build a castle made of stone in survival, do that. It's easy. The discovery process of how you can make that happen is going to be organic and fun. It's not going to put unnecessary stress on you. It's going to make that as easy as you want it to be. And that ease carries throughout the rest of the game. But all these buzzwords and media jargon can be trimmed down to a single sentence. Minecraft just doesn't care about anything but you. It doesn't try to be anything but something for you, no matter who you are. And because of this, Minecraft is going to outlive game after game, console after console, because nothing feels like Minecraft does. Nothing has replicated the wings that it gives the gamer. Nothing has given us the blocks we need to express ourselves the way Minecraft has. Minecraft is not dead. It didn't die the day that Notch stepped out from behind the wheel. Instead, Minecraft has just slowly evolved and in a lot of ways devolved. But regardless, it's hard to argue that at its very core, at its foundation, Minecraft is still very much the same game that millions of people fell in love with, even if it isn't quite as great. Sure, it's a bit more complex now, usually for no reason. There's quite a few pieces of the game that diversify what it offers, and there's some bad mixed in there too, but Minecraft is sustainable in a way that few other properties will ever be. That's because Minecraft is a platform. A platform for creativity, a platform for socializing, a platform for expression. It's unshackled from the chains that so many building games place the player in. It is about the freedom to do whatever you please, to turn the world into your vision, to engage with an experience only in the way you want to. Minecraft was one of the first games in the creation genre that I ever saw potential in, that I ever believed could do what it was advertising, that would allow me and others to tell their stories, to craft their own worlds, and it became that very thing, or maybe it always was. Minecraft is going to continue to change, and unfortunately, Microsoft might continue to change it for the worse. It will continue to fall and stumble, and it will also continue to grow, but as long as it stays pure in its accessibility, its life will be much longer than any other game on the market. Well guys, that's it for today's doc, and as always, start of a dialogue. What do you think about what Minecraft has become? What do you think of what Microsoft has done with it? And maybe more importantly, are you still playing it? And if you are, why? And if you aren't, why? And I guess even a supplementary question is, are you excited about a film or a possible television show or Minecraft story mode, or is that all just nothing to you? Remember to answer all those questions down in the comments below. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you're not yet a member of this team, press subscribe. Put out gaming analysis, examinations, essays just like this one twice, sometimes 3 times a week, so hit subscribe so you do not miss any. As always, in the top pinned comment, there will be the non-cap clip credits, so check those people out as well. They help make this video happen. Also, This coming week, maybe in a couple days actually, there's going to be a big video that's just kind of channel update, what's happening in the future, a lot of big changes going on, so keep an eye out for that. Hopefully you guys see that and can answer a few of your questions. And as always, if you did enjoy this video, I'm sorry I put up more and more each and every week. Maybe we'll catch one of those, maybe you'll enjoy that, but if not, thank you for giving me and this channel a shot. Until next time, guys, I'm out.